Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Influence Me. Today, I'm very, very excited because I have a special guest with us today. The one and only Wendy Lee in the motherfucking house.
Hey bitch, it's motherfucking Miss Wendy Lee, period.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
When I first started working with you, I instantly clicked with your vibe because you're really outspoken. You don't give a fuck. You don't sugarcoat shit. You're like, you say how it is. If someone fucks with you, you fucking clap back.
Yes.
And I really wanted to get to know a little bit more about your backstory, a little bit about how you came about and how you grew on Instagram and what you do now. So if you can give them a quick backstory of what you do, that way we can get started with this episode.
Yes. So like, again, my name is Wendy Lee. I grew up in Santa Ana and I make funny videos in Vietnamese and English making fun of my mom. A little backstory for me, I grew up in Santa Ana. So the one thing about my content is that I am very Latino influence, and growing up in Santa Ana taught me a lot about the culture, amazing food, amazing people, hardworking people, and just growing up there trying to survive, being the only Asian at my high school. Not the only Asian, but the only out there Asian. It was really hard for me, and moving out of state to do something that I wasn't really happy with, and then finding my way and following my dream to be something like a platform.
Yeah. So growing up in Santa Ana, obviously I would say that came with its challenges.
I was bullied a lot. Funny story. Nobody believes when I say that I've been bullied because I am the bully now. My boyfriend's like, you're not a bully. Like, you weren't bullied. You were the bullied. I'm like, no, I wasn't. Growing up in Santa Ana, I went to Valley High School and I went to Spurgeon Intermediate. And a lot of people picked on me for being Asian. They would say like, pinche china. Like, they'll just call me dumb, make fun of my eyes. They'll tell me like, oh, you eat dog. How does dog taste like? Does your parents even know how to drive? It was just very like ruthless things. And like everyone in the class is Hispanic. So like, I'm like a lone person being Asian. People like wanted to jump me for being Asian. A girl followed me home telling me she was gonna beat me up because I'm Asian.
Fuck.
So it was hard.
Did that fuck with you mentally though? Were you always, because right now you clap back, right? But
yes.
Were you like that growing up too? Like, did you defend yourself, or were you just kind of just let it go and just go by your day?
No, I actually really let people walk all over me a lot. Growing up, a lot of people picked on me in high school too. There will be times where I did speak up, but I was very timid. And I'm not sure if you know her, Africa. She has a husband named Anthony.
Yeah.
She went to school with me.
Oh, for
so
real?
if anyone would know if I got picked on, it's Africa. Africa
shit.
fucking knows that I was picked on. We went to school together.
Oh shit,
so I know
crazy.
her before like her career too on Instagram and everything.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she knows that I was picked on. She backed me up in a situation.
Okay. She fucking had your back. That's dope.
She had my back, and this one girl wanted to beat me up for something so stupid, and I was so scared. And now I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking see you one day. I'm gonna fight you.
Africa's like petite, right? Like she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but she don't give a fuck. She'll fucking fight you.
She was like,
She'll do other things too. Trust me. She's feisty.
That's fucking crazy.
She grew up in like LA.
Yeah,
she came to Santa Ana. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do remember Alan's episode with I recorded that one.
Yes.
That's crazy. So I mean, you had someone backing you up. You had someone on your side. So that's cool. You mentioned about moving to Virginia. Was there a particular reason why you moved over there?
Yes. So when I was still here, I was after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I had medical like an elective. So I was like, I want to be a nurse. Like, I want to go to school for nursing. So I went to UEI College. It's a trade school. I never showed up because I never had a car, and it took me 3 buses to get there, and I would never make it up on time. So I ended up ditching. I got kicked out. I was so scared that my mom was going to yell at me. I applied for American Career College. And that one I dropped out on my own because I learned to realize that maybe I don't want to be a nurse, because I felt discouraged. People kept telling me that you can't have nail polish or do your hair or wear makeup to be a nurse. But I kind of regret not going. I could have gone to become like a PA or something to do injections like Botox and stuff.
Were you into that at that time, or were you just kind of
No, I never really knew that was a thing. Yeah, but now I'm like, damn, I could have gone to school. I was like, might as well go to school now or whatever. It's only 4 years. But I don't think I could make it I don't know how to study. I'll get sidetracked.
You wouldn't go back.
I want to go back, but I don't know if it's too late for me. And I don't know if I would actually really focus. And nursing school is really expensive. So
Yeah.
I don't know how dedicated I would be, but we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah.
After I dropped out, my mom made me go to beauty school to get my manicure license. My brother's like, okay, the plan is for you to go to school and then you're going to come over here to West Virginia and work for me, with me. And I was like, okay. I never showed up. I would ditch school. I actually didn't have money at that time, so I tried to go find a job. And I applied for this job on Craigslist. It's an app called Handy. It's a cleaning service.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I applied and I went to an orientation, and I was the only one that got hired on the spot because my background cleared very easily. So I got my first cleaning kit. It was $250. They deducted from my pay, and I was so fucking sad because that was the money that I needed. I cleaned this girl's house for the first time in Newport.
Oh fuck.
She tipped me $50, and I was like, wow, this is nice. And then I cleaned another girl's house. That house is so dirty. Yep. She had a son, a teenager. His toilet, my God, like, it was the worst thing ever. Like, I was like, damn. So I worked. I hustled.
How old were you at the time?
I wasn't 21 yet. I was probably like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at high school, you started working.
Yeah, I think 18, 19, maybe 20. I'm not sure, but around that age.
Yeah.
My mom ended up finding out that I would ditch nail school, and I basically got kicked out. So my brother's like, you're coming over here and you're going to just like go to school over here. You better go. So I did everything online, and I practiced and I studied, and I ended up getting my license. And during the time of me staying home, I made a lot of videos, and I just went viral from there. I grew 200K within 48 hours after.
So what was there a particular moment that you decided to post a video, or what made you post, or what was the story behind that?
So I've always been like funny, but I just never really expressed it. I used to make videos before I moved, but my mom or my brother would see it on Facebook and they'll tell me to delete it because it was mainly in Vietnamese, and they thought it was disrespectful that I was mocking my mom. And I just thought it was really funny, but I deleted it because they kept yelling at me. And one day I made a Jersey Shore Vietnamese style video, and I usually delete all my videos because I just get embarrassed, you know?
Yeah.
But I left it and I went to sleep. And the next day I had all these random people following me and commenting on my stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, people actually really like my content. And that's where it grew from there.
That's fucking crazy.
And how people relate to crazy Vietnamese moms.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm it kind of reminds me of like Joe Coy, I think his name is. He's a comedian. He's a Filipino.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he's funny.
He does a lot of that where it's like he mocks his mom, or he kind of brings up situations like that. So you grew from 100 to 200K.
Yes. So if you guys look at my Instagram now, I have 3 S's in my name, Miss Wendy Lee. But my first account only had 2 S's. My first account, I hit 100K. And after I hit 100K, I got hacked. I lost it.
How long did it take for you to hit 100K?
It didn't take too long. Not that I remember. I remember Alan was on the phone with me. He's like, bitch, you're about to hit 100K. And I was like, really? I was like, nah, I don't think so. And I hit 100K. And I was like, oh my God. And Alan's like, you're going to hit 200K soon. And then I lost it. And then after I lost it, he's like, just make a new one. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, maybe it's just like not my calling to be an influencer or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to focus on working. And there'll be days where I was working a lot. I was doing pedicures back to back. I didn't even have time to eat, and I'll go home and knock out right away. And I don't know. I just didn't really think it was going to be something like big. And I was like, you know what? I need to have an Instagram at least to like go on Instagram. So I'll make a new one. So I made it, and then I woke up to 200K in 2 days. It's crazy.
And you never thought about promoting your nail thing on your Instagram and just kind of,
No, I never really promoted it. People knew that I was doing nails because I'll go home at night and go on Periscope?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember,
because IG didn't have the live
Yeah,
option.
that was a live thing.
So I'll tell all my followers, guys, I'm going on Periscope tonight. Come talk to me. And
Damn,
all
that
my
was a while
followers,
back.
all my followers will come watch me and we'll talk, and like they'll ask me like, oh, like how's my shift, and like I was tired, and yeah, but I never promoted because West Virginia is a really small state. Not a lot of people like live out there, so and it's all mainly like white people. So
So what was it? What was the defining moment when you're like, you know what, fuck the no shit, I'm gonna fucking be an influencer?
Yes. So while I was still working nails, and doing my social media platform, a brand called Livestar reached out to me. They were an app that you just live stream like Periscope, and they contacted me. They were willing to pay me $4,000 to live stream once a week for 3, or I don't think it was 3, maybe like an hour or 2, minimum probably 2. And I was like, this is the most money I ever fucking made. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Easy.
And they pay me through PayPal, but I thought of a lie and I told my brother, oh, I'm going to California. Can I please go for a week? He's like, no, you're only going for 3 days. I remember. And I was like, he's like, why are you going? You're not going to come back if you go. And I'm like, no, it's like this brand. They're paying me $4,000. And this is when the time my brother was trying to get a nail salon. So he's like, if you go and you bring back that money, give it to me. Let me borrow it and I'll pay you back, you know? And I was like, fuck it, whatever, you know, at least I get to go back to California. I was willing to give him that money. Yeah, that's how bad I wanted to come back to see my friends, you know? And I was like, fuck it, I'll just give it to him so I can go. So I came here, I met up with this one food influencer. He's a food blogger, and he was telling me, you should really consider moving back and doing this full time. I'm like, how's that possible? You know, rent's expensive. And how do people pay for their car, their living, shopping, just doing social media? He's like, girl, how do you think all these YouTubers do it? And I'm like
you didn't think it was going to be consistent, or you didn't think it was going to just kind of have like the money wasn't going to be consistent.
Yeah. And to be honest, so being a social media influencer, money's not always consistent unless you have a management team or someone that gives you contracts, you know, because a brand deal can be like a one-time thing and that's it. They never work with you again.
Yeah.
You know, but some brand deals, they're willing to work with you 6 months, a year, you know. It just really depends how good of a deal you get. So when I finally came back from my trip, I was working, and my brother, Asian siblings or parents are just fucking ruthless. Yeah. And, you know, he is my older brother. Sometimes when I'm polishing too slow or I take too long doing a design, he'll yell at me. He'll be like, hurry up, you fat fuck, you're fucking lazy ass fuck, in Vietnamese. And I'm like sweating, and I'm like getting all hot. My ears are getting mad. Ears. And I'm like getting mad because my ears are so hot. Yeah. And I literally was just thinking to myself, is this what you want for the rest of your life? What about when you're 40 years old and you're thinking back, what if I just would have took this opportunity and took my platform serious? Like who knows? And I told myself, even if you come back to California and you don't survive and you end up just not, like it doesn't work out, you can always go back. And my brother's going to take me back. My brother needs me. Yeah. The fuck? Yeah. And I'm his little sister. He's not going to say no to me.
You still talk to him?
Yeah. And he's not like, he till this day, you stupid ass. He's all like, he with his little accent, you stupid. You don't want to come back here and you work for me. And I was like, I'm not going back there. But there were times that I was like, fuck it, should I just go? Because actually, even though it was really lonely over there for me, it was very peaceful. Yeah. Because everyone's not really like with the streetwear and stuff like that. So I liked it at one point. And the air over there is very clear and crisp. I loved it. Yeah. But it was just lonely because I didn't know nobody. Yeah. But I stuck it out. I stayed here. I worked my ass off. And I really survived. And people think like being an influencer is such a lavish lifestyle. It just really depends on how much work you want to put into it. Because there were times where I was like, I'm going to get evicted. I don't know how to pay rent for this month. Right. And that's when I'm like, emailing all these brands, do you want me to post this? Do you want me to post that? I'll do for this much. And like sometimes you kind of set the bar low for yourself just to make ends meet. Yeah. And that's what I felt like I had to do at certain points in my life just so I can survive. Right. But now that I work and I make good money, and also this is a word of advice, it's not how much you make, it's how much you can save. Yes. Because if you spend the money that you make, you don't have nothing. Right. And that's the one thing that I learned how to teach myself getting older, because I used to buy everything. Yeah, I mean, you said you got your first check and you just went to spend it all. And I'm like, girl, it's mental illness. Yeah. So now that I learned, you know, saving is everything, but that's how I went about growing my platform. And when I moved back, I just blew up from there. And I'm still surviving out here. Was it difficult dealing with different brands? Like in terms of like the money, in terms of like, oh, how much you're worth? How did you know, like engagement? Because that's something that I'm learning. I'm pretty sure a lot of creators that are trying to start out are learning, because it's like, yes,
you do get paid from brands and from ads and everything.
Yes.
But there is also like the consistency of being on or the engagement and a lot of people think, well, because you have a lot of followers, you know, you're gonna get X amount of money. But I also know that engagement has a lot to do and the amount of audience that, you know, are fucking with you at the time.
Yes.
So could you talk a little bit about more the details of that?
Yes. So back then my engagement was great because the algorithm on Instagram was way easier to grow. They didn't monetize everything, you know? And back then when brands would email me, I'll just give them a number and they'll just say yes right away with no questions asked. Now brands actually kind of like negotiate and haggle. And sometimes you're just like, I'm worth more, but I'll do it, you know? Some people just say yes, just to say yes. And it really does matter on your engagement and the people who actually will buy from you. Because to be honest, if I was a brand and I was paying an influencer money, I don't need followers. I need people to buy my product. And that's what people forget. And I always tell myself, like, let's just say me with 300,000 compared to an import model that model's really sexy and she has 1 mil, but it's mainly men.
Yeah.
Who's gonna really buy her Fashion Nova outfit?
Yeah.
People that follow me and relate to my content, and mainly women or men.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, they have Fashion Nova men, but really who uses
Right,
that,
right,
you know?
right.
So it's
You have to be aware of your audience.
yes, and working with some brands, you know, some brands can be really close to you and some brands might not like your content or the, what is it? You don't vibe with their aesthetic that they're looking for. Because I've reached out some brands where I want to work with and they told me no. And you just keep it pushing. And then sometimes when you go to events and you meet people and you talk to them, they're like, oh, we would love to work with you. We're from this brand, this brand. And also every brand is always watching. So let's just say if I worked for like a really big makeup brand and I see an influencer acting weird on IG, it makes me think like I don't ever want my brand or the people that I work for work with them in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You were mentioning your brother and him being strict on you. When you moved to Virginia, you said, did any part of you kind of want to kind of rebel on your mom and be like, what the fuck? Like, why are you sending me over here? Or did you know like, oh, you know what? I'm fucking up. You know, I need this strictness and shit because I need to get my shit together.
There was one day where he was teaching me how to polish because there actually is a way to polish nails and I wasn't getting it right. And I was just like, I give up. I'm moving back. I'm buying my own plane ticket and I'm going home. And my brother called my mom and she was like on FaceTime. She was all like, you're going to come over here and be broke. You're probably going to end up like a prostitute. Might as well. And then my brother was like, she's so fat. Nobody would even buy her pussy. Like,
oh, fuck.
And like, they're like ruthless. And like, it sounds really ruthless in English, but in Vietnamese, it's so common.
Okay.
Like they say the same things all the time.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Mexican people. They say a lot of fucked up shit in Spanish, and it sounds fucking worse in English.
Yes.
But in Spanish, it's like that's how they talk. Right? It's in a way,
and
you
it's
know?
sad. And it's crazy how like you bring up my mom because like I really didn't get mad at her for like making me go over there because I could have said no, but I went for myself too. And I was like, maybe this is just my life. I'm destined to do something that I'm not in love with. But, you know, I'll end up liking it eventually, you know? And I did get better within time. I learned how to like do everything on my own. I don't have the best relationship with my mom now. And it's just so funny because like, the reason why I became so big is making fun of my mom in Vietnamese. And the relationship that I have with her is just very toxic. And it's just sad that I don't have a connection with my mom at all growing up and now as an adult.
Yeah.
So trying to break like trauma.
Right. And that's what I was going to ask you because a lot of comedians kind of use and cope like the funny stuff because they're going through something or because they have that trauma or because they have those experiences. And was that in that case for you as well? Like being funny or just kind of laughing about the situations that you went through?
I laugh about everything, to be honest. Like I would say myself, I'm a high functioning depressed person. It's like I'm always sad about something. Like I've had the nicest thing, the nicest car. I cope my sadness with shopping and like I come home and I'm still sad. It's just like a inner thing that I have to heal for myself. And it's just honestly really sad. I always tell myself this, like I felt every emotion as a human on this earth, sadness, happiness, love, anger, but I have never experienced death yet. And that sounds amazing to me.
Yeah.
Just to be dead.
Yeah.
And all my friends are like, girl, you all right? And I'm like, it just sounds so peaceful.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still here. I'm trying. But I know a lot of people have a hard time with mental health. And honestly, a lot of people don't like hearing when you're going through things. Like, they don't like sadness.
Yeah.
But some people thrive off it. It's like, oh, she's sad. I love this shit.
Right. How are you with that? Because obviously being on a platform like Instagram, you have TikTok now, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I love TikTok.
Yeah, see, so it's like there's a lot of comments, and I'm pretty sure you're the type of person that kind of engages with that or kind of fucking responds to people. I can see you like that type of person, but does that kind of fuck with you too? Like sometimes when you're like not having a good day?
Oh yeah, comments really do affect me. And I feel like whoever says that nothing ever affects them is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Because we're all humans. Whatever our mom says affects us, our boyfriends, girlfriends, you know, even like strangers.
Right.
It's like it affects you. But it's what I learned. When people say, oh, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, we do give a fuck. It's just how much we choose to let it affect us. There's days where I open my DMs and someone tells me you're fat, go to the gym. I'm like, fuck you. Like, and I don't respond. I just block them.
Yeah.
I let them, they didn't affect me. Maybe like 1%.
Yeah.
But there's days where someone responds like, you're so fucking ugly, this and that. I'm like, okay, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you affect me right now. And I'm gonna talk my shit back.
Yeah.
So it's just really how much you let someone affect you. Like my mom, whenever she talks shit, I'm like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah,
just go on my day.
Yeah.
And there's days where she really be getting me on a good day and I'm like, I want to fight you.
Yeah. You mentioned TikTok. You have TikTok.
Yes.
I would say TikTok right now is what Instagram was in the beginning for you, right? The algorithm is super fucking, on our side right now.
Yes, it's awesome.
And what was your first videos or how did you get into that?
I got into TikTok because it was just funny. I microdose. I'm a very big shroom person. So I always just be shrooming and on TikTok, and I'm just laughing my ass off.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm gonna start doing videos, like fuck it. And like I was doing mainly like dancing videos at the time, like when Say So, Doja Cat, that was another time. Like I was like, I want to do it too. But now I like start putting random videos, me dancing, and it just blew up. There was like this one video that I did randomly talking about Cocomelon and children. Yeah. And it just blew up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
did it surprise you when you got into that app, or kind of like flashbacks of like Instagrams? Like,
it's flashbacks, definitely. But honestly, the audience on TikTok are way more ruthless.
Yeah.
And they just do not give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna have like a comment section or like a thing where like the comments alone are like a fucking thing, because some comments, I'm not gonna lie, I've said it before, they're fucking creative with when they like kind of drag someone,
Yes, like people are funny when they're dragging someone on TikTok. I be reading comments, I'm like cracking up. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so funny. No wonder people love commenting shit on my shit. Yeah,
I know, but when they do it to us, it's kind of fucked up.
I'm like, you're rude. Like, can you imagine me going out of my way to take a nice selfie and then someone just comments something rude? I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And like you're saying, there's sometimes when we don't have those good days and we wake up like in a bad mood or we're in pain or for whatever reason, it's just not our day, and then it just kind of just fucks us up,
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your entrepreneur stuff. It's like you said you worked at the doing nails. Is that the only thing you ended up doing, or what else do you do besides the
So I do have a small business and I sell jewelry and stuff, and that was really good. It's still going good, but now it's kind of slow. I work with a lot of brand deals, and I'm just really depending on like affiliates and like brand deals. I also do DoorDash and like Instacart once in a while. When I posted about that on my Instagram, someone DM me like, damn bitch, like, are you really that poor? And I'm like, there's people that do this for a living. Like, what are you talking about? And like, I made a lot doing Instacart.
Yeah. But I mean, you're working, you're hustling. Like,
and like, you got to do something. Like, what do you want me to do? Be on the street? Like, struggle where they're like, damn, like, she's really struggling. No, I'm still young, I'm still healthy. If I could do this to make money, why not? Yeah. And like, even if it's like $200, that's something. Yeah. Like, why do you have to clock someone for trying,
It's so dope that you just said that you do that, because there's probably again a lot of people that look at influencers and they just think, oh well, they have 200,000-300,000 followers, and they already fucking made it. They're like, you know, they're this. And I'm not saying you haven't, you know, but at least you're like, you know what, well, there's opportunity, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. You know, whether it's doing this, whether it's doing that, I'm still gonna work. And that says a lot about you, you know, with your work ethic and stuff.
Thank you.
Who were people that you look up to when you were kind of growing, and or were you just not aware of influencers? How was that for you?
To be honest, the influencer that I really, really loved before I became an influencer, I loved Whaley back then.
Okay.
So this is like YouTube OG days.
Yeah.
I loved Whaley. I love Fashionista 804. Her name is Sophia Chang. I love Jen Im. She's Korean. She's amazing. She's so funny. And I love the way she edits her videos. So back then, it was like Bethany Moda.
Yeah.
Like, I think her name was like Andrea. It was like a lot of people. But influencer-wise, like now, I love watching Karen. I love Sarai. I love watching Yvette XO, Maria Estella, as always, Alan, Annette. Honestly, the twins.
Yeah.
Like, I love how far the twins got in their career, because I remember when I met them for the first time, they came to my house after a meet and greet at Main Place. They were like sitting in my living room telling me, oh my God, Wendy, we want to do what you do, like do this for a living and like, you know, buy a home and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah,
That's crazy.
like get it there. Bitch, they're fucking bigger than me now. What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Like they were like telling me like, we want to do this full time. Like we're trying to make it out here like you and Annette. And I was just like, you guys are going to do it. Like, trust me. And I found the Murillo twins when I lived in West Virginia. I found them. I don't know who I followed first, but I was like, wait, aren't I following you already? But then I found out they were twins. I didn't know that. So they're amazing. Shout out to them. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so happy for you guys and your success and for putting on your family. You guys are truly an inspiration to me.
That's good. That's good. Shout out to the twins. Yeah, they've helped me out a lot too. I've worked with them a lot of times. Let's talk about the social media. Let's go a little bit more into that, because I'm interested, because there is a lot of people out there that want to become influencers, or that want to become like the twins that they mentioned that. So can you give us a little bit of an advice of as to like what are the good things and what are the bad things that we should look out for when starting an Instagram or starting to become something like that?
Yes. I feel like it just really depends on what type of image you want to put. Like me, I really backed up my platform knowing the fact that I grew up in a Hispanic area where I actually incorporated like growing up in Santa Ana with my content and like knowing like Spanish, eating like Spanish food and stuff like that. And I hang out with a lot of the Latina influencers. I'm probably like the only Asian at those parties. So honestly, I don't know any Asian influencers. I feel like just figure out what you want to do. Do you want to be a lifestyle content where you can promote fashion, beauty, mom stuff? Or do you want to be a food blogger? Do you want to be traveling? Do you want to do DIYs? You have to just find your little niche and stick to it. But you could always blossom from there. Because I know a lot of YouTubers from back then, they're doing stuff that's way different now.
Yeah.
That you would never think they'll do.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTubers became OnlyFans girls too. So it's like crazy. My also advice is that people are going to judge you no matter what you do. So it's just really how you deal with all that, because mental health is very important. But just know that even though there's a lot of hate in this world, you're going to get so much love from the people who actually really do support you. And that's like the one thing with all of us as influencers, we always focus on the hate. But the thing is, you don't know how powerful the love really is more, because those are the people that help us buy our Tesla, our Mercedes, our home. You see all those fucking houses those influencers have? I don't even have one yet. I'm like, those motherfuckers really helped y'all. And I was like, I need a new team. I need new followers. What the fuck? So that's like my little advice, and just be true to you and know your integrity and what you are willing to sell yourself out for. Because a lot of influencers, they, like myself, we sell ourselves out sometimes, and just know your worth and what you're willing to settle for, but never really settle for anything.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How's motherhood changed you from when you were like not a mom to like now? Like how's that changed you?
It changed me a lot. It made me mature a lot, even though I'm a little like immature at times. My days are just so different now. Like I used to drink and like party all the time. And now if I go out on a Friday, I'm like, okay, if I drink this much, I'll be okay. And me, I personally do not like being hungover. I cannot function when I'm hungover. So I rather just like drink a couple shots and call it a night and then go home. And like I said, I really love doing shrooms. So I'll just do shrooms and I'm good and I go home and that's it.
You're talking about earlier, like before you would like be into like the whole dressing up. Like, why do you say like, oh, you dress like a bum? Or why do you say like,
oh, because now I just don't care how I dress. Like I rarely get ready like this.
yeah.
So, and people recognize me more when I look like a bum. Yeah, with my signature hair bun.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing oversized t-shirts and like baggy pants and stuff like that.
He's like feeling comfortable now.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy how like I got my body done twice just to hide myself in baggy clothes. But when I go out, it's like I'm stepping out.
Yeah.
I'm like wearing such tight ass clothing. It's crazy.
Yeah. How do you think that your future is going to be from like where you're at now, like within like 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where I see myself in 5 years? That's a good question because I don't even fucking know. I want to know too.
You're like, you know, tell me.
Yeah, like I don't even know shit. I really hope I have a house by then. If not, you know, I'll get it one day. Even if I'm 40, 50, fuck it. It's gonna take time. Maybe a third kid. I want to do a gender selection with IVF in Mexico.
Okay.
It's way cheaper over there.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's IVF is like a procedure where basically they kind of help you get pregnant, like medication.
Okay.
Yeah, in a way. It's not always accurate, but
yeah,
like people have done it. Desi Perkins has done it. But it's gender selection.
Yeah.
So there's something that's called Microsoft, meaning if you want a boy, it's like $500. And like if you want a girl, it's $1,200.
Oh shit.
Where you come in and like the man gives the sample and they separate the X and Y chromosome, I believe.
Okay.
And then they turkey paste me.
Oh fuck.
And then I go home and I wait until I get pregnant. And if I don't, it just didn't get pregnant. But the crazy. IVF is like almost like 5,000 or 6,000 in Mexico, but in the States, I think it's 20 grand or up.
Fuck.
Yeah. They say it's a for sure, but IVF is not always for sure.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. Because I don't want to play roulette no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell no.
Do you think a lot of people will start doing that?
Oh, yeah. But a lot of people have their opinions on it. It's like, it's not natural.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, why are you doing it? She's like, no. Because like, then tell that to someone who can't get pregnant.
Right.
There's women that couldn't even get pregnant. They did that and they had their baby. Tell them that that's not natural for their baby. Like, people just don't want to understand other people's struggle. And me, like, it's just so crazy. And I tell all my friends too, like, freeze your eggs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I literally talked to the lady. She's like, if you want twins, it's $600 more.
Fuck.
Yeah. And technically, I don't even need to have sex to get pregnant. He's just giving the sample and they inject me and that's it. Call it a day. We don't even need to get down to business.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
That's fucking trippy. I was saying earlier, I noticed on your posts that you would post like on 2017 and then like you know random and stuff. Do you feel that you've been 100% consistent on your platform?
No, I haven't really been consistent at all, to be honest. I'm only consistent when it comes to promoting my brand, like my business, or working with other brands and doing the posts that I need to do to get paid. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rarely post content to like make people laugh or like, I rarely also take pictures, but since I started working with Fashion Nova again, it gives me a reason to like start getting ready.
Yeah.
To take pictures.
Was there a reason why you didn't want to do that, or you don't?
The reason why I feel like I kind of fell off or really didn't put mine to my platform is because one, I got shadow banned. I talked a lot of shit on IG because people would talk shit to me first. And like when people talk shit to me and I talk shit back, I'm always the one that hurts their feelings more because I really know how to talk shit.
Yeah.
And Instagram didn't like that. I actually lost my Instagram 1 year out of nowhere. I was at the In-N-Out drive-thru and I tried to do something.
Yeah.
And my page was gone. I lost it for almost like a month.
Oh fuck.
And like Instagram's like, oh, we deleted it because, you know, you went over like you what is it? You just talk a lot of shit. And
yeah, kind of like strikes
going against the guideline.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, but I had a friend that helped me get it back. Shout out to him. I can't say who.
Okay.
But he helped me get it back and I was so happy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never gone through that whole like situation of like getting shadow banned. I don't know what that shit's like, and I'm sure that shit fucking sucks and stuff.
Yeah,
especially if you're seeing.
Also, it was because I'm happy though this way though. I am really happy on what I decide to choose what to share with my life and what I want to post, and I'm happier this way, even though I'm happy, but I'm depressed. But it's just what works for me and my relationship and my family. And I want to keep it very private. And, you know, when I'm finally am ready to be more open, I will. But this is just what works for me. And I feel like the trauma from what I went through with my ex and the breakup, it was just like really sad.
Yeah.
I was with my ex for almost 5 years, and he was really involved in my IG stories and like my life in general. Like everyone knew my ex too when they would like see me out in public and they'll ask me about him. When we finally separated and I met my boyfriend, which is currently my baby daddy now, a lot of people didn't like him. And whenever I would post photos of him, a lot of people would DM me, be like, Team Richard, Richard's way better, blah, blah. They called my man dirty, ghetto, because the way he looks. And it's just so crazy how a lot of people who are also supposed to be your supporters are also sometimes against you too.
They turn on you.
Yeah, they turn on you. It's like really weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I don't know.
They get attached. They probably got attached to the other boyfriend.
And it's just so crazy how like he didn't make me happy, and I was really miserable with him. But I met a person that makes me genuinely really happy and makes me more confident in myself. People didn't like that. It was weird. People always like to shed like negativity on someone else's parade. And I always say this too. People always say rest in peace when you're dead, but they never want you to rest in peace when you're alive. They don't want to let you live in peace. So why is it that because I've been hacked once and they said that like I was dead.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I got hacked during Christmas around this time last year. I was like packing orders in my room. My cousin called me and was like, delete that. And I'm like, delete what, girl? Like, she's like, your post. I was like, what about it? And I couldn't log into my Instagram.
Oh, fuck.
My boyfriend came in and was just like, girl, what are you doing? And I'm like, packing orders. It's like, my homie just called me telling me that he's sorry about you. And I'm like, sorry about what? My hacker said that I was dead.
Damn.
Yeah, and Tony was on my IG saying that there was going to be a GoFundMe account.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I was like, what in the hell?
That's
and like,
crazy.
I was reading all these comments and it's so scary. I was like, it was scary at point because I was just like, what the fuck? Like, maybe I should die. Because people like me more when I'm dead.
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? When people thought that I was dead, a lot of influencers that I don't speak to randomly texts me, hi. They don't even say, oh my God, Wendy, no. Like people like people who really thought I was fucking dead was like, no, Wendy, I loved you, blah, blah. But all these influencers that I haven't spoke to in years just text me, hi, how are you?
Damn.
And then like I was thinking in my head, if I was dead, why would you text me, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
And it made me think, because I'm a deep thinker, were you trying to text, hi, how are you? So you can fake screenshot it and post it on your Instagram and be like, I was just talking to her not too long ago, blah, blah. And I was just like, this is weird. And like, I don't talk to them, of course, and I'm glad I don't. But it got me thinking.
Yeah.
Like those deep thoughts. That's kind of weird. It's like my friend, she was in a coma for 3 months. We knew someone that texted her, hey, are you in a coma? While she was in a coma.
Fuck.
So like, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
So like that's like the one thing. But overall, I know I should take my platform more seriously because I'm very blessed and fortunate to have it. But I'm happy the way I am.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like you found a balance, and even me, I recently went through a situation where I needed to take a break. I needed 30 days just to kind of reevaluate where I wanted to take my career and what I really wanted to do, because this is so fast paced that it's like you're just going and going and going, and you're just not like present in the moment. Or at least for me, I was not being present in the morning in the moment. So I kind of had to just kind of think, okay, what I really want to do, what I really want to post, what I really want to for my future, for my kids. And it looks like you're in that position right now, or in that place right now, where you're like kind of realizing, okay, you know what, this is worth it. This is, my kids are more important. My mental health is more important. I don't need to post, a lot. And it's not bad. I mean, for everyone that's posting or that's doing their thing, or like the twins or whoever it is, whatever influencer's doing, it's not bad, as long as, again, they're aware and as long as you're happy. I know I'm happy. Then I think that's all that matters.
I think it's great how some people take their like work really seriously. Like I know TikTok, like I said, all it's a new term, micro influencers, where they're small. Like those people, like, they're freaking killing it. Like they're like saying like, no, I don't want that much. I want this much. And I'm over here like, I'll do it. I'm like, pay me, please. I'll do it. So it's crazy. Like some people actually know their worth, and like they know how to do like these little hacks, like figuring out how to get paid, which is amazing too. So I'm really happy for people that really try to really make a name for themselves. Because at this point, if I lost my IG again, like I said, like how it happened to me recently, I'll just go to work. Like I'll work. But
you have that work ethic, and you're that humble that you don't give a fuck what it is. Like you're gonna work no matter what. And that's what's so cool about you. About these micro influencers, what is the difference between a micro influencer and an influencer?
I'm not even sure. They just call themselves that.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch some girl's TikTok. She's like, as a micro influencer, I make this much and this much. And I was like, oh, what's that? And she's like, oh, are you guys just like calling themselves like micro influencers?
Yeah, I've been hearing that recently. Because
me as an influencer myself, and people think I'm really fucking big. I'm not really that big. But the influencer world is very catty and very malicious and very fake, in my opinion. Honestly, a lot of influencers are fucking fake. And I feel like in this industry, you have to fake it till you make it. And I've met a lot of influencers who are really popular. Maybe your favorite one, you don't know. And they'll tell me like, oh yeah, I saw your post recently. I watched your video on YouTube. And I'm like, you don't even follow me. I'm like, oh, so you could tap in and watch my shit, but you don't want to tap in and connect as a real level, because I support anyone that I could support. And me as a person, I support, but I also keep my guard up. Not all influencers are like your real friends. Right. It's just acquaintances.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know a lot of influencers along the way. I'm really close to Alan. I'm really close to Annette. I got to know them very personal. And we all relate at one point for something. But they actually have a more driven drive to really focus on their content. I was just like, I flopped. Like, I don't care. I don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
But Alan and Annette always tells me to like get back on it, take it seriously. But I don't know. Maybe one day.
No, I mean, again, it's how you are and how you feel and what you think, where you're at with your mental health too. Like I think, again, I am happy for people that are just hustling and everything. It's just that I was fucking going at it 100% and just
but also like you're a videographer too. Like people pay you to do this, so you're actually juggling this and then working. And then, of course, sometimes when you're at those influencer parties or events, you have to mingle so you can meet other people and work with them.
Yeah, 'cause I was telling just Annette in this last episode that it was so hard for me to get to you guys, because you guys only work with people that that they work with, like it's not just like I'm gonna DM you and be like, hey, like, what's up? I want to work with you. I mean, some people get lucky, but not everyone is like that give opportunity like you gave me an opportunity as well. And it is hard, like working with influencers sometimes too, because like a lot of things are so last minute, or a lot of things are so like quick turnarounds, and that's what kind of had me, being a little kind of juggling what I really wanted to do, as well as like not taking advantage, but seeing where I was at, like, okay, I know these many people, these influencers. I want to make sure that my work speaks for itself, and they like my work in order for me to continue to grow. But me continuing to grow also gives me a lot more stress, so it is like kind of thing that you have to kind of juggle, back and forth.
It's just like how you're juggling everything too and mingling. And I'm pretty sure along the way, like you collab with some influencers, and some influencers probably do pay you. It's just like with us, there's some brands like let's just say one brand I charge them, but another brand reaches out to me, but they're so big, and like I know they won't pay, but I'll just do it anyways because I want to say that I work with them, because they're big, you know.
Okay, see, I'm fucking. Let's have this conversation. I'm fucking happy you brought this up. A lot of influencers don't like talking about this.
Yeah, because everyone thinks that everything's free.
Okay,
pay for your shit.
Okay, look, okay. I'm a videographer and I've worked with a lot of influencers already.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. In order for me to grow my brand, if you're a vendor out there, if you fucking sell tacos, if you fucking do nails, if you whatever, you have to understand that at some point, if you want to grow your brand, I'm not saying to grow your business. I'm talking about your brand. You're going to have to do some shit for free. You're going to have to fucking, hustle in the beginning. I work with a lot of influencers in the beginning for free. And it's not because they didn't want to pay me. It's because I offered like, hey, no, I don't want you to fucking pay me. I'm going to do it for free. No fucking charge. But then once you start working with them often, and once you start creating this relationship, they're going to value your work, and they're going to see the amount of work you're putting in, the amount of attention that you're putting in, and they're going to end up paying you. Now I can say like everyone that I work with right now, like they pay. Yeah. And there's still some people that till this day, I'll still do shit for free. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to forget about the people that gave me the opportunity, like the Islands, like the Nets, like they helped me out in the beginning of my career. So I'm happy you brought that up, because there's a lot of people that think, oh, I'm not going to do shit for free. But as a vendor and as a videographer, as a taco person, as a, someone that sells candy, whatever it is that they do, they have to kind of,
Yeah, I really appreciate all the vendors, like for my kid's birthday or like little parties that I have. They always I always reach out and I ask them how much they would charge. And they're like, oh, I'll give you a discount, or I'll do it for free for your kid's birthday. And I really appreciate it. And I know they're helping me, so I'll help them back by posting. But I post regardless, though. But I used to not always be like this. I used to think, like, I'm an influencer. I should get it for free, and I'll post you. And that was the young Wendy. Yeah. And when I got older, I learned, people work. You have to value their time, especially time. I used to never be showing up to people's stuff. Okay. And people would be like, you're X'd out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, growing up and maturing and realizing no, pay for your shit. Yeah. Because I've hung out with people who are influencers and they expect a lot for free. And it just makes me think to myself, we make good money. You just can't buy it. Yeah. It's not that serious. Yeah. So. Yeah. And that's the thing that even for me, a lot of people think, well, he works with this person, he works with that person, he made it. It's not like that. I'm still building, just how you still, do your side hustles. I'm still fucking working too. I just gotta have this fucking podcast. Doesn't mean shit, I'm still trying to fucking hustle. I'll still do shit for free. And it's so crazy because you're actually wanting to do this. You don't need to. You don't need to do this, but you want to. Yeah. Because you want people to see how you actually care about the people that you work with. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I see that some people, even you guys get a bad rap for who you guys are and what you guys stand for. Like Alan, Annette, and the twins, they get a lot of people get a lot of backlash, especially now fucking TikTok. And I just like to give a different perspective of you guys, everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own struggles. And I just kind of want to share that with people that, I don't know if you guys share that. I don't know if you guys ever been interviewed like that. So it's I want to that was my idea behind everything, was just I want people to share their story, not just influencers. I want to end up getting vendors, the fucking corn guy, a fucking lollipop guy that sells of whatever. I want people to just share their story, because everyone has their struggles, Yeah. Like I always say, it doesn't matter who has the big dick. It's just how you use it.
In other words, yes, exactly. So I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for taking the time to have a conversation with me. I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching, learned something new about you. Yes. It was good talking to you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you have going on right now that you want to share?
I want to plug my baby daddy. Thank you so much for holding it down for me. And I love my kids. And if you love my lips, make sure you check out my girl, Honey Bloom LA, period, bitch. And my hair by Maribel.
We'll leave all their links down below that way, Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying till the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And that was it for today's episode. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Peace out.